Right, welcome to this review and unboxing video. It's for Aeronautica Imperialis. It's Games Workshop very kindly have sent me a set along, and then Rynn's World Air War campaign book as well. So in this video I'll take a look at both, flick through the book, you'll see every page, and then the Wings of Vengeance, the game of aerial combat in the 41st millennium. A lot of excitement about this one here. Some fantastic models inside which we'll see, and I'll give you a full idea of what to expect inside this box. But great to see Games Workshop bringing out some of these standalone box sets and games. We've seen Blood Bowl arrive a good while back now, but it's done very well, and great to see Games Workshop re-release that, a classic. And now we've got Aeronautica Imperialis, and it looks to be a really nice set here. I haven't played it yet myself, but we'll take a look maybe after I've had a look at the contents of it here. Might well be tempted to have a go. James is very interested in playing this. He definitely wants to get stuck into this game here, and there's future releases to come, I believe, so it should be an exciting set to collect for sure. So thanks to Games Workshop for sending me a copy along. I usually get my stuff from gamingfigures.com. You can check them out. They do Games Workshop at a discounted rate, along with other gaming systems as well. So we'll just remove the plastic. Yeah, and it's a sensible size. It's not a huge set to buy out here, so more sensible to get into this. And it's Air War. It's going to be the same Warhammer 40,000, but it's Air War. It's totally different to gaming on the battlefield instead. So different twist here. Wings of Vengeance then. Welcome to Aeronautica Imperialis, the game of aerial combat in the 41st millennium, a dark age of humanity where the Imperium of mankind fights a constant battle for survival in a hostile galaxy. Aeronautica Imperialis allows players to command squadrons of aircraft in deadly battles, high amongst the clouds and vapour trails, as fighters twist to turn in dogfights and bomber waves unleash devastation from the skies above through storms of flak. So, it's hex-based. It's interesting. There's a game that I played a lot a number of years ago, which was a lot of fun. Wings of War, it was called. It was World War I dogfighting, and that was really good. Really enjoyed that. But Games Workshop here have gone for hex-based movement, which is just my opinion, but then you're forced into a hex-based terrain. For example, you couldn't use any old mat, roll it out, and then just play on it. You're sort of stuck, I think, to having to use the board that they supply, which I think is a shame. It's sort of limited with your fly zone, and limited to the standard size, grid system they've got here as well. Maybe if they, I don't know, just an idea that they could, maybe if Wings of War, I think, was measuring distances by these like card rods that you had and turning circles, and you could play on any surface and you just measured it that way. But they've locked it into a hex system here, which I'm sure will be fine. Just my passing remarks here. So opening the box, some bubble wrap on top. Okay, so here's the kits, and immediately these look absolutely superb. The detail is incredible, so crisp and sharp. Just looking at all the rivets on the wings here as well. I'll zoom into these now just to give you an idea of the detail. There, I've zoomed in. I've put it on a white background here just to give it an even background for you to look at. But look at the detail on that. Bombs and the guns. This is from the rockets and things here. This is from the Imperial set. Beautiful, so finely detailed. I mean, this is very fine work along here. Just looking at the barrel of these guns here. So immediately impressed by the crispness of these. So they're beautiful kits for sure. And again, look at the riveting detail here on these Imperial, the bomber and the fighter. It's very finely detailed. It really is. I'd love to see these models. The 28mm Scout, if your regular games are 40k, Astra, Militarum, just got the Valkyrie at the moment, not much else. This is the Ork Flat unless you're on Forge World, but it'd be great to see these in plastic. Maybe they could upscale these here, release them for regular 40k, would be great. But great detail on the Orks as well. Incredible. Right, if you're looking for, you know, miniatures wise, these are utterly superb. Look at this here. Fantastic. Right, just when you think you've seen, you know, the best quality here, Games Workshop, they really excel themselves. These are really good. Incredible. Okay, and you also get another one here for the Orks as well. There's the nose here. Nose came with the teeth. Yeah, really good. You can see all the rockets and bombs along here. So just giving you a good view of the detail of these miniatures, which is superb. So that's the kits, just there to make up your models. So you get a set of dice, just 8 of these regular D6 dice. Yeah, and the impression I'm getting, the whole set, the whole design and concept, the colour palette they've used throughout, it's just a nice set. It really does look good. So these are great, these kind of games. You maybe play a lot of 40k. You don't want to leave that realm, but you want to play something different. Well, Aeronautica Imperialis, especially because you can't get these models, you know, regularly anyway. So let's use something different, different scale, different concept. Imagine the game's straightforward enough to play. I've said it at the start, but would like more of a free roam on a battle mat, perhaps. But they've locked it into the hex. Maybe that'll be beneficial though, for keeping it tight, maybe with the rules. So that's what you get inside. Imperial Navy Marauder bombers, 2 of them. Imperial Navy Thunderbolt fighters would look fantastic. Released for regular 40k. Ork Air Warg Dakka jets, and then the fighter bombers here as well. 2 of those. Superb. Interesting how they've got different nose cones for these Dakka jets here. The regular one in 40k just comes, I think, with one like that, but these are the narrow tipped ones just here. Yeah, it's very impressive for sure. I'm not sure, but if you know, if there are any rumours or official statements whether this will be expanded, I'm sure it is going to be expanded, but can you imagine other sets, you know, Necrons, Eldar with their flyers as well? Yeah, possibilities are very exciting indeed. The Tau, cool, that'll be pretty good. Also, so then here, the main rulebook, construction details also. I'll crack that open in just a moment. Set of counters, like so, double-sided. Pretty straightforward by the looks of it here, doesn't look very complicated at all. And then your quick reference sheet for the rules. Again, very straightforward, so that's encouraging to see that. And the mats here, not cardboard. Interesting. We'll fold this out, take a look at this as well, but they haven't gone for cardboard here. I also get a detailed decal sheet here as well. So that part specifically for the Marauder, the Thunderbolt, gives you those handy markings for the wings as well. That's very useful. I was wondering if you had to freehand those, but you can use the decals that they give you here. Fighter bomber, and all the handy markings for the Orks as well. So even if you're not that skilled at doing all those freehand markings, they give you loads here. So very, very useful. The Dakka jet also as well. So very nice transfer sheet as well. So I reckon we'll have a look at this, because I'm interested to see what material they've used on this one. Double-sided, so we get 2 maps as a variety. It looks to be just paper. Yeah. I'm going to give you the idea of the size. Just now they haven't gone for card, but gone for this paper instead. So it folds out like that. So yeah, honest review is should have gone for card on this one. I think card's a lot better. The artwork's fine. The artwork's beautiful, really, really nice, and the way they've zoomed out on their own terrain here and constructed this battlefield, it looks superb. So the artwork's fine. The markings as well, very sort of tactical HUD display sort of look on these, the way it's marked up. So that's great. But paper, here, look at the bends on this, and you see the way it's rippling. The light catching it. Not so sure about that. I think card with sort of a matte finish, that thicker kind of card like for Space Hulk, for Blood Bowl I think as well was card also, and the other sets that have come out, I can't think of a set that's used anything like this here, so not so sure about that. Maybe Games Workshop to release something like a battle mat like this for it would be very useful. But the other thing is, downside of it is you say, well, I'm not so keen on this, I want to use another mat. Well, you can't because you're locked into the hex system here. So, just being honest, leave your own comments and feedback on this one. I'll just flip this over. Again, you'd have to bend this down to make it nice and flat. And it's got quite, as you've seen, as I've said already, it's got quite a sheen to it. So, but again, the artwork here, utterly fantastic. I mean, beautiful artwork they've done here. It does look really, really nice. The detail's fantastic across all of here. Brilliant fly zone, very atmospheric and subtly outlined by the hexagons. It doesn't overall, you can still appreciate the whole scene here, flying over this cityscape. And very cleverly done. So you've got, it's dead center here, and then as you go out from that, the buildings go off at angles like so. So you really get that 3D concept from it as well. So that side of things, fantastic. But just the material they've used here, I would question the wisdom of that. I think that is a shame. I'm sure it's not going to be too much of a downer on the set. That's just my impressions from this. So focus back up again. The upside is that it folds away easily, and very minimal sort of space on that. So that's that one. Next then to look at will be this here. So I've taken the plastic off here. So we'll come to that book in just a moment. So inside you get another one of these. You do get two, one for each player. And then it looks like separate. Yeah, they've done these separate here. So Thunderbolt Fighter. Instructions are putting that together. Marauder Bomber. Ork Daggerjet. And then the Ork Fighter Bomber as well. So just the usual, what you expect now from Games Workshop. All of the details there. I'll also cover, because I missed those, that's these here. These bases. I'm sure can be painted up. It's a standard base. Okay. Got these dials on them. This is very cool. Yeah. Nice, very high quality. Beautiful. Games Workshop 2018. So that lets you keep track here by using these dials. Very, very high quality, that. Really good. So if you're going to paint them, you have to be careful that you don't... And then they've done them in grey, thankfully, so a sensible colour. So you should be fine if you don't paint them up. A subtle way to paint them, just thinking how you get around this without, you wouldn't want to damage or spray over or paint over the details here. You could go for spraying them in varnish first, and then just putting maybe a wash over them if you wanted to weather them a little bit. And after the wash has gone on, very subtly and sort of tidying it up like that, you know, any splashes and so on, then maybe you could even chip up the edge with a bit of silver for a bit more effect, and that would then look pretty good. And then re-varnish it again. Give you a nice effect without doing a full-on paint job and respraying the entire thing and risking doing any damage or seizing this up. Just here's little dials. I'll zoom in actually just so you can get a good idea. So you can see the rotating numbers like so. Nice, quite big and chunky these bases, but it is aircraft at the end of the day, so they're going to be up here. You don't want them falling over. That's a very sturdy base, whatever size models they release. I think that's going to be good enough. That's the standard hex size that's going to fit onto these mats that this mat that they've produced here. So that's those. Nice, good quality there. Obviously, you get these. These are the standard ones from Games Workshop. So the ball and socket fitting here. Flying base. So they're not too high off the ground, sort of at that kind of height. Just thinking maybe they could have made maybe taller ones just to appreciate the height. So one's sort of this kind of height maybe, but because those are actually quite low off the ground. Which again, just my own idea. I like the idea of the aircraft being quite high, even on a ball game. Here's the rulebook next. Should look beautiful painted up. You can paint your own squadron, different colours and markings and so on. So it's exciting to have these available now. Take a look at the Rynn's World book as well in just a moment. That's the table setup. See that's what. See the mat here. It's ironed out perfectly flat with no folds. And that's where I was wondering what the material might have been that they're using, but it's just like a thick sort of paper that's being used, which you can't really tell from this image. So the basics. Looks pretty straightforward. Just wires here to keep it a fun game that you could pick up. You pick it up, just join in the game straight away. And if you're with someone that knows the rules and you're able just to get straight into it, it's a great idea. Squadron lists, give the details here for the cards. Then the turn, just here. Movements covered. Just giving you all the details. Firing, damage, ammunition, firepower. And the end phase here, which is stalled aircraft recovering from a spin. Sounds fun. Determine tailing and ending the game. I mean, the benefit of hex is that it's very difficult to argue with ranges and distances and so on. Very straightforward. You count your range in hexes, do your measurements very fixed, very stops abuse of the rules and so on. So that's the benefit. I do understand the benefit of it. But again, when we play Wings of War, you could bank around, you could, quite out wide and so on, you could drift off, and it was a bit more open, just like real aerial warfare. But here you're sort of very locked in to the hex system and that size of a table. I suppose you could join them together perhaps for larger games. Scenarios here, the dogfight, squadron lists, and it gives you all the details here for these units. Now, I've just off camera I was searching through the box for the cards, but unless I'm missing them, I don't think you get them in the set. They're not here in the picture. Correct me if I'm wrong. I highly doubt it's missing from the set here, that you have to get those separate. Maybe Games Workshop sell them as a separate set, but maybe you should have got the cards. These as a card that you have next to you with all your details on, instead of having to flick back to this. I don't think it's anywhere. So, no, there's no cards. Maybe you have to buy them separately, but that would have been handy to have that within the box. So you get your standard units inside, and then you get your data cards along with them as well. So it's again something I think they should have included in this box set here. It would have fitted in, I think, no problem. So Thunderbolt Fury Fighter, or the bomber. An Ork fighter that's not covered in this book, so there's new releases on the way. Interesting here, Ground attack special rule, pair of wing bombs. You think, well, where do you use those? You know, sword against other fighters. But an explanation of the ground attack special rules has been included on page 20 for completeness. Rules for using ground attack weapons against ground targets will be provided in a future supplement. So you'll be able to take it like ACAC guns and so on, and then you can use bombs to try and take them out. So that's an interesting future development as well. Fighter bomber. Fascinating movement diagrams, quick reference at the back here as well, as well as the 2 sheets that you get. And there it is. Pilots prepare to take off. So that's the set then from Games Workshop. And again, look at the whole theme here. It's beautifully produced. You know, fantastic work they've done. It's just the 2 things I pointed out. The models are amazing. Fantastic decal sheet you get with it. The rule set looks great. Doesn't look rushed. Looks very, very high quality. The models are absolutely fantastic. They're beautiful, beautiful models for sure. Even these bases that they've produced, fantastic as well. Just 2 oversights, I think. Including those cards in the set would have been nice just to finish it all off. And then making this the fold-out card as been standard in other sets instead of this paper here. I think that's a shame. So they could have made that in card, would have been a better job. That's just my opinion and my review here as we've gone through this unboxing. Leave your own comments and feedback. If you've had a chance to play the game, by all means leave that in the comments section below as well, what you think of the actual game itself, and if you agree or disagree with the comments I've made regarding the contents of the game as well. If you also know about future releases and what's the plan, what else is going to come, then leave that in the comments section as well. But it's only a matter of time, I think, before I get a chance to play this game. James is definitely into it as well, so look forward to actually getting some games of this done. It does look fun to play, and it'd be great to use these amazing models. So that's that set. I did say I'd review in this video Rynn's World Air War as well. So I'm just going to flick through the book. It's nice they've produced such a large book already, so nice to see the artwork, information inside, and the ability to add some more variety to your games as well. Because some people want to go deep and they'll get into this, others just want to play just a quick game, and that's as far as they want to go. But for those who do want to get deeper into it, then you've got this Rynn's World Air War campaign book as well. Beautifully produced. Again, the start of it all matches in brilliantly. And it's a clever use of the actual models, I think. The actual models being used as artwork mixed in. Clever idea. It looks excellent. It's Air War in the 41st Millennium. Background information. Give you the details of the game. Basics. Look at this. Nice, beautiful bookmark. Production quality is fantastic here. Beautiful. It's interesting they're covering again the rules here. But they're covering things like, they've got ground defences here. Squadron lists, the rules, the turn, movement, firing, damage, the bombing run. God, looks good. The end phase. Again, maybe I'm completely wrong on this one, but if Epic was to come back, they'd be the wrong scale, these flyers. I imagine they would be. Yeah, no, it'd be Mars. Mars too big, I think. And in the game, the War for Rynn's World. Just giving the background information on this campaign. Oh wow, look at that. We ruled the skies. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Post that. Very, very cool. That is very, very good. Oh, this is superb. Look at these, the artwork here for these details here of the flyers. The map of the campaign as well. Very sort of a T stain here, a ring from a tea mug. Very good. So very sort of Air Force, World War II sort of feel to it. Nicely done. Flyboss Gubnez Sky Stomper. Very cool. Again, beautiful artwork here. Very helpful for your painting reference as well, this one. Sky Squig. That's the name of this flyer. Epilogue, the air war rages on. Scenarios here, this is what you get in this campaign book. So the dogfight, bandits over the river, the straggler, search and rescue, garrison relief, troop landing, bombing mission. This sounds very, very cool. Campaign, it's a campaign play. A bit of artwork here for the Imperial side. Wing Sergeant Ike Corriman, 83rd Imperial Navy Flight Wing. Cool. Very nice. Squadron lists. So the Imperial Navy. This is the Thunderbolt. So the Thunderbolt Fighter, and then the Thunderbolt Fury Fighter. So a different weapon combination here. This is the Avenger Bolt Cannon on that one, twin las cannon. This one, the quad auto cannon, the twin las cannon. Nice. And the missiles here, a pair of Hell Strike missiles, a pair of Sky Strike missiles, and a pair of wing bombs. Well equipped. Imperial Navy, the Marauder Bomber. The Marauder Destroyer, which is a different shape entirely here. It's not just a case of swapping weapons out. It's a different build. Here's your ground defences, Hydra Flak Battery, Manticore Missile Battery. Wow, beautiful, really good. Imperial Aces, Flight Commander Daegor Jani, Gallus Barrett, Flight Lieutenant. Bonuses as well. Very cool. And the Orks here. So you've got your Dakka Jet, Fighter Bomber, an Heavy Bomber. Look at the size of that thing. God. Wow. An exciting concept. It's Grot Bomber. And they've got their own ground defences as well, the flak platform and the heavy flak cannon. Brilliant. Ork Aces, the Black Baron. The Black Baron. Very good. Sky Boss, Tooth Cracker, and the Big Burner. Cool. Quick reference sheet as well. Spare counters at the back. You have permission to photocopy these or cut them out. They're giving you some extra one of those as well. Movement diagrams at the back. Also. So yeah, some decent expansions in that, some fun missions, great, and covering rules for the extra models to come out as well, the ground defences and the extra flyers for both sides. Also, so if you want to just jump in the shallow end and just get the box set, enjoy the game. If you're really looking to get into this, then this is a useful book as well, this Rynn's World Air War Campaign book. Also, it'd be fascinating to see what comes out in addition to this set in the future. But that's the review for this. Overall, the set looks fantastic, very high quality, well thought out, looks excellent. The game looks straightforward. The models look utterly fantastic, beautiful, beautiful models. So if you go for this, I'm sure you'll enjoy collecting those and painting them up for sure. Game looks fun for what I can see. Just the two things as mentioned before, just the mats that they've produced, could have been a different material, and then also inclusion of the cards in with the main set as well would have been a good addition also. But that's just my opinion. Leave your own comments and feedback here for this set of Aeronautica Imperialis and also the Rynn's World Air War Campaign book. That's the review and unboxing here. Thanks for watching. Check out gamingfigures.com for discount 40k and other gaming systems as well, and tune in next time.